going to take Slale apostasize. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hello, Harris. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? What would
Uh,
you like to say?
yes, thank you for having me. I just saw that you were searching for colors, so I'm really happy to come. Yes, I'm a
Sure.
French Algerian ex-Muslim. So
Okay.
I live in France. I was born in France, and I left Islam 2 years ago. And yes, what I wanted to say about how ex-Muslims should express themselves, because in English internet there are a lot of YouTubers like yourselves, but in French there is only one, you know, and everybody is scared. And in France, we are scared because of what happened to Samuel Paty, the French
Hmm.
teacher. So I wanted to say that we ex-Muslims, we should try to express ourselves without taking risks. For example, we created a podcast for ex-Muslims. Like we ask questions on why did we leave Islam, and we have more than 30 ex-Muslims who came out.
What's your channel called? Sorry to interrupt you.
Ah,
What's your channel?
it's called Témoignages ex-musulmans.
Oh,
It's in
can
French.
you spell it?
Yes, TEMOI.
Sorry, Maria. We'll actually go through this because we've got a
Yes.
French ex-Muslim with us, and you are very proficient in French. So can you look up his channel on YouTube and share the screen with us? Because obviously we want to support all ex-Muslim people from everywhere. So yes, can you tell what your channel is called?
Yes, it's called Témoignages ex-musulmans.
Yeah, so this is a channel that you started where you're talking about it, and you're saying that you're actually quite nervous because of there's a huge population of Muslims, and a certain percentage would obviously be militant, and they would not be happy. And we know what happened: Charlie Hebdo, Samuel Paty,
Yeah.
etc. So yeah, carry on.
So yes, at first, it was 9 months ago. I was all alone, and I created a group on Discord. And now we are more than 300 ex-Muslims on Discord. We have a community. It is very strong, and people are really happy to finally talk with an ex-Muslim. And we organize events with the subjects, and we talk about our family, about Ramadan, about Quran, and now we are really moving. And yes, but at first I didn't know I would do everything. I was just creating a group because I felt alone, and now I am a real activist. And yes, I'm really happy. And I think things will change. And a lot of people became ex-Muslims thanks to our podcast as well, because we are not talking with hatred, with racism. We don't care about. We just tell our testimonies with sincerity, with heart, and it works. People see that we are honest. We are not. Yes, we are not hateful. We just tell our stories, and it works. People are really happy to see that we are there, and things are just beginning. In French, I would, but
Yeah, oui.
yes, in French, because you began a long time ago, but I talk in French.
Okay.
Okay.
This is it? C'est vrai?
Yes.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is it.
Okay, this is the channel.
You're getting
Please,
good
guys.
views.
Yeah. Because it is never seen in French. We never saw something like this. So I had an idea with a friend, ex-Muslim, that I met on Discord, and yes, we went, and people are really happy when you see the comments. Like finally, I see something. I see some people like me, and yes, it works.
Ah, monsieur,
But
c'est vrai? J'étais dans celle des djihadistes? C'est vrai, ça?
yeah. Someone
Oh my
was.
gosh.
Yeah.
He has a video, sorry, that says I was in the cell of a jihadi. So I was just like, is that true?
Yeah.
Like, you've actually gone into a, sorry, for everybody who doesn't speak French. Yeah, no, there's a video there titled I was in the cell with a jihadi. So I was just asking, is that true? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So yes, it was a Belgium guy, because we are not only French people. We are all the French speakers on the world. There are Africans, North Africans in Canada. Every French people, they are really happy to see that we created something in French, and so we do testimonies. And then I have a lot of plans for the future, like doing a lot of podcasts, and people are really the things are changing. Even Muslims, they are listening to us, and they see that we are not hateful. They see we are not wrong about the text, because when we say a text, we are honest. We don't say something like Islam wants to. Yes, we are honest, and Muslims listen to us, and some Muslims they are doubting now in French.
Oh my gosh,
in France.
yes. That is amazing. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations, I guess, is in order. Well done to what you guys are doing in France. And because we know that French is like such a vastly spoken language in the world, right? There's so many French-speaking parts of the world that Horace and I could never kind of like reach out to. So the fact that you're just doing this en français, you are literally appealing to all of the francophones around the world. Do you know what I mean? And I, like living in Paris myself for a couple of months, being an ex-Muslim, honestly, there was nothing. There was no community. There was no safe space I could ever have imagined, to the point where in Paris, I would actually go around being kind of afraid, because people look at me and they assume I'm Muslim, and I've got a tattoo in Urdu. They would just assume it's in Arabic and assume that I'm Arab and I'm Muslim. And there was no scope. This was right after what you were describing earlier. I wasn't on here, but I heard you talk about Samuel Paty, and I was in Paris when that happened. And the direct aftermath of that, like, for example, even just walking through a park, for example, holding a bottle of wine, and like this sounds so French, stereotypical, but I had some cheese, I had some wine, I had some groceries. But this man came up to me, and he literally sat on a park bench opposite me, and was talking really, really loudly in Arabic. And I was like, okay, that's okay. He's obviously just talking to somebody back home. But then on the phone call, he started like walking towards me and approaching me. And I was like, okay, this is weird now. And just because of how I looked, and there was a bottle of wine with me, he literally was like, is that halal in where you're from? And I acted like deaf and dumb and mute. Like I literally was like, je ne parle français. Like I'm literally not, I don't speak the language. I don't know what you're trying to say to me. And he's like, where are you from? Where are you from? And he was trying to put like a Muslim country on me. And I was like, no, I think I'm Sri Lankan, don't worry. And he literally kept pointing at the wine bottle, but getting more and more aggressive. And I was like, I'm not Muslim, like I don't go by your standards. And I literally remember saying to my boyfriend at the time, I was like, we need to get out of here. Like, you're not Muslim, you don't understand, but like what I'm feeling right now, we need to get out of here. And he was like, it's okay. And then after like 30 seconds, he was literally like just pushing me to be like, let's just back away from this man. And
can I tell my story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Well, once you finish.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, so I'm just saying that was literally our local park. Like that was like 200 feet from where we lived. And this is right after Samuel Paty. You could see how much tensions had heightened. Like as a woman just going to like the butchers or going to the groceries or going to anything, I would literally get stopped and asked about my religion, and I just had to pretend. I was like, yes, mashallah, alhamdulillah, yes, I'm Muslim. And they're like, oh, mashallah, Nuria, you have an Arabic tattoo. Like you have to pretend to be one of them because you don't know what the repercussion is. So in a country like France, especially, where I was in a suburb, I think I was like near Vitry-sur-Seine at that point, in one of those suburbs, the POC, like feeling so isolated. Actually, Horace, you'll be happy to know, like that was actually the first lockdown of COVID where I actually started listening to you. And I think I got through lockdown just listening to you, mate. That entire lockdown in France. Yeah.
This is quite amazing. And obviously, so I want to now, because I was actually going to cover this news story, and then good that you're here so we can actually talk about that as well. So how do you see, now obviously when Nuria said, I've been to Paris once for a little bit, and I know there's certain, what do you call districts, I think?
Arrondissements, yeah.
Yes, I couldn't pronounce it, but anyway, so 11, 12, whatever. And I know that there was some, and I was Googling it, and I know there were some parts where they say, you know, like, okay, this is where high Muslim density or whatever, so I didn't go there, not that I had any interest either. Macron did what he did, and he has been called and labeled as an Islamophobe by a lot of people, and we know it's been very balanced, whatever happened to Laïcité, as we said. But he also took some good, brave steps. Because of that, he was called an Islamophobe. But now I want to share this news story with you. But even then, and that just tells me that the inter-community balance is so sensitive that even if it's disturbed only a tiny bit, then it starts a chain reaction that nobody can control. Despite of Macron doing everything he could within reason to control this Islamization of France, he is actually losing support. And now I wanted to ask your opinion on that. French presidential election race narrows further as shock poll shows tidal wave of support for far-right candidate Marine Le Pen among young voters as Macron battles to remain in power in tomorrow's showdown. So 56% of voters aged 18 to 24 will back Marine Le Pen. So my question, it's a pretty long article, but my question is, and I think what that shows that even though Macron did everything he could within reason, that is not enough, because people who've been sitting in the middle, they're saying, no, you're not doing enough. And Muslims are obviously going to hate him. What is it? 10% population is, or I think it's 20% population of France.
No, 8%.
Okay,
8% or 10, maybe 10. I don't know.
No, I think 10. Yeah, I think it's about 8 to 10. So my question to you is, who would you favor? Because obviously, I mean, I can never align myself with far-right Marine Le Pen. But Macron did everything he could. But even he is supposedly an Islamophobe. How does that work?
Yeah. Yes. So it's a difficult question, because in my podcast we don't talk about politics, because we don't want people to say, oh, they are with this party, you know. So generally we don't say that we prefer a candidate, because today I have to vote. Today I didn't do it yet. Today I have to vote. So yes, it's complicated. Because I think that Emmanuel Macron did good about Islam in his during 5 years. He did good things, but he did also a lot of bad things. But about Islam, he was right. I think he was really courageous about what he did about Islam. And yes, some Muslims they are not happy, but in the majority, they don't hate him, because it is worse with Marine Le Pen. Marine Le Pen wants to that women don't wear the hijab on the street. If a woman wears the hijab on the street, she will have a fine. She will have to pay money to the police. If Marine Le Pen becomes a president. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. So I think it is a really bad idea, because Muslim women, they will think oh, the France forbids me to wear my hijab, so Islam is right, because I am persecuted, I am a victim. So I don't think it is the best solution to make the hijab illegal.
Right. Okay, so let's
But
bring it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to your movement now. Now, initially, you said that how Muslims can express themselves in France.
Yeah.
The movement is becoming quite vibrant. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
in the West, it became, in the English-speaking countries, it's been going on for nearly 13, 14 years. In India and Pakistan, we started nearly 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really growing like weed, basically. Now, in France, you're saying you're probably the only one, and there's not a really organized, especially when 8% of French population are Muslim, so there is a huge potential to reach out to those people. And I know there's ex-Muslims in Norway, there's ex-Muslims in Germany. It's small, but they do get some government support as well. I would say that obviously what you're doing, you're getting some good, especially in French language, if that's where you're carrying it down. And obviously French-speaking people are reaching out to you, and our audience is probably not going to be of much help. But you're getting 1,000, 2,000, over 3,000 or so, some of the views. You're getting 3,000 views. So a lot of people are watching it. And what I would recommend, and obviously you're not showing your face, and look at this, Muslims, look at this. In France, an ex-Muslim can't show his face.
Exactly.
He's worried.
Yes.
He's worried about his safety. This is what you guys are known for, even in the Western countries. And then you say, well, why does everyone hate us? So, there's a saying in Pakistani, "Manji thale dang phero," meaning, you should actually look in your own collar, basically, where there's a sweep under the. I can't translate that, but anyway, yeah, something like that. Look at yourself in the mirror, basically.
Yes, if I show my face, for sure, I am. People will come to my parents' home. They will. I don't know. They will burn the house, I think that my uncles they will beat me. A lot of things. It's impossible, and for sure I am killed. If Samuel Paty was killed because he was a simple teacher, a white teacher, he's an atheist. But imagine if an apostate shows up, for sure it is for sure I will be how do you say hunted. I will be hunted for sure.
Yeah.
But I wanted to react to what Nouria said earlier. It is really, really common in France. Even if you don't eat halal, people will come to you. They will say, "What are you doing?" They will not leave you alone. Islam is everywhere.
And sorry, in France, you're right. Like you were saying, c'est impossible, right? You can't. I had to pretend for the entire 6 months I was there. Like you're saying, you don't eat halal. I had to go and pretend that I would only buy halal meat. I had to pretend I was Muslim. I had to say all of the compulsory, like Alhamdulillah, whatever, MashaAllah, or Subhanallah, and all of that. Because of the way you look, they can't imagine that you could think it in a different way. And in France, in these small bubbles, in these pockets of these suburbs, where especially there's heavily Muslim communities, they all police you. Like they actually overtly police each other. It's a very kind of, it's like one of those communities where you've got to all show that you're part of this ummah. You're all more religious than the other. And it's like you versus them. Everybody else that's not Muslim, you can get along with them. Obviously, you're living in France, but they're never going to be like you. Do you see what I mean? And they don't like this concept of Muslims being with, my partner at the time wasn't Muslim, and they don't like this concept of a Muslim woman or a Muslim man also intermingling with another kind of set of the community. And these pockets in France, this is why I agree with you completely with what Macron did, because you have, like, just like England, when I lived in France, I was like, oh my God, they have the same problem where you've got bubbles of society who are literally living in this like almost 7th century delusion of Islam, and they've got everything they need. They've got their halal butchers, they've got their mosque, they've got everything nearby, and they live in that little bubble, and they will, like, beyond the broader word of like laissez-faire and everything that France stands for, in their community that does not apply, and no outsider is welcome. So I really, honestly, genuinely, really appreciate the work that you're doing, and your name, Soleil Apostasy. I think you will be the sunshine for all of France.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yep.
I wanted to say a last thing. You know, if I didn't speak English, I think I would still be a Muslim. You know, because in French, there is one YouTuber. He's called Majidou Kasha. He has 100K followers, so a big YouTuber, but he's the only one, you know, and we are the
Is he an ex-Muslim?
Yeah, yes, he's an ex-Muslim. Yeah.
So there's a French ex-Muslim with 100K subs. How the hell we don't know about him?
Yeah. But he's yes. I don't know.
You need to send us some.
Can you send us that channel? Yeah.
Can you tell us about his channel?
Yes, he's called Majid Ukasha.
Majid Ukasha.
Majid Ukasha.
So how do you spell Ukasha? Ukasha?
No, Oukacha.
Okay, found him. Majid Ukasha. Okay, is it this guy? Look at this guy. Majid Ukasha, 142 videos. Okay, 34,000. This guy's killing it.
Yeah. So we are not the only one. He's the pioneer, the first. He's the first.
104,000 subs. He's practically, after AP, he's the second biggest ex-Muslim YouTuber, and we don't even know about him.
Il parle anglais?
No, I don't think so. It's in French. Maybe he speaks English. I don't know. I never heard him. But his videos are a little technical, you know, about Quran, Hadith. He's not. Sometimes he does humor. He does videos, but he's more technical, I would say.
Okay, well, it's good on him. So I think I'm gonna try to reach out to him if I, you know. But he's too big.
Yeah, no, please do, Haris.
Probably wouldn't pay any attention. But all right, thank you very much for coming.
Soleil, thank you. And can you also please keep coming on, obviously, and keep giving us an update on what's happening in France and your viewers and your subscribers and people that reach out to you, just so you know we can have like just an idea of what's happening in this movement around these countries or these languages where we're not even tapping into. Like, so please carry on what you're doing, but please like come on bi-weekly or whenever. And do give us an update. Yeah?
Okay, I would be happy. So I would be happy.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Soleil. Keep burning strong, my friends. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.